Hello, I'm Tom Bushell, the Sports Explorer, and across the summer of 2021, I'm telling the story of America through sport and adventure to celebrate the things that bring us together. In today's episode, I'm showcasing to you an amazing hike which is only 90 minutes away from Manhattan on the train. It's perfect if you are visiting the city and want a day adventure to escape the mayhem of Manhattan. Before we get going, please do subscribe and follow my journey across America and turn on your notifications so that you are notified every time a new video comes out. So, Sunday morning, 8 AM, and the streets of New York City are lovely and peaceful. It's not often you see the streets in this city peaceful, but if you get up early enough on a Sunday, you can have a nice relaxing walk around. My first job this morning is a little 10-minute walk to Grand Central Station. So I've got my ticket, track 11 we're looking for, and we're on the Hudson line going north to a town called Cold Spring. And the start point for the hike is just a couple of miles up the road from there. Let the adventures begin. Feel the humidity taking its grip on the city at 8 o'clock this morning. That's why I'm excited to be travelling north. This is my first big chance to do a big hiking adventure in the US, taking the vast landscapes and the Hudson Valley. Normally you can get a train to the hike starting point at the weekends, but that train station is shut at the moment, so I got off at Cold Spring, which is 2 miles down the track. And because the train cost me $30 return from Grand Central and I'm on a tight budget, that means I'm going to do a 2-mile warm-up walk before this hike. So this area is actually the Hudson Highlands State Park, and there are multiple trails to do here. And about halfway along the 2-mile stretch from Cold Spring to the start point for my trail today, you'll come across the park office. And they have everything you would need pre-hike: refreshments, bathrooms, trail maps, and also insect repellent, because as the warnings suggest, there are ticks in the area. I'm walking along the Cornish Trail to get to the start point of my hike, and it is a warm day today in the woods. Okay, the worst part about this little warm-up stretch is you have to walk through a tunnel on a very sort of slim pavement sidewalk, and I'm not looking forward to a car coming past. I'm about halfway through. Can I make it all the way through without a car coming past? Oh, it's horrible! I'm a blogger! Get me out of the tunnel! It is a relief to get out of the tunnel, but now I find myself at the start point for the Breakneck Ridge hiking loop. Good name, eh? And the reason I wanted to do this hike today is because you get up high and quickly, and from there, at the top, you have amazing views of the Hudson River and the Hudson Valley. But of course, to get up top and get up high, you need to climb. So follow me on this 3-hour adventure. So the start of this trail is just an incline which you can walk, but then it moves into steeper paths and you have to start scrambling to get to the top. On this beginning white section, it's really well signposted. In fact, the entire park, all the trails are really well signposted. And even on this scramble upwards, you'll see white markings, and you just follow those along. And in the humidity of New York State at this time of year, just make sure you bring plenty and plenty of water. really is like a sheer cliff face. But you can already see the views behind me are getting better and better with every step upwards. I have good news, for me anyway, almost at the top of this climb. And what a climb it is. I don't know if you can get the scale, but that's where we've come up. And you can see you climb quickly, but the views here of the Hudson Valley, the Hudson River, absolutely amazing. Okay, one final last push. Oh, you do need to be careful. 2 hands. When you get to the top, the views that you get are worth every single step you've just climbed. Well, I have to say, I thought the flag was the highest point we get to, but no, look, there's more to go up. At least I've had a rest and a bit of lunch, looking across the Hudson River, eh? Okay, let's go again. Once you are past the flag and you carry on climbing, there are a couple of alternative routes which bypass the steepest part of this cliff, which is good if you're carrying a lot of stuff with you, like cameras, or you're bringing kids along with you. It's still equally as rewarding. Just good to have the option. The alternative routes are marked with X's. Okay, a little bit more scrambling. I hope we stop climbing soon. I thought I had this. I thought the high point was at the flag. It's not. There's another high point. According to my calculations, at the end of this trail should be the junction onto the yellow track, which essentially marks the point where we start going back downhill and back to Cold Spring. And man, do I feel like I need a cold spring at the moment. Just look at this view. This is why I've come to America, to explore the country through sport and adventure. This is what we've been dreaming of in a lockdown world. So good to be outdoors again. So the whole point of the Sports Explorer is, of course, to tell the story of our world through sport and adventure and how it brings us together, especially after a pandemic. Here I am on top of a mountain in New York State, and look at the friends I've made. Lisa, big F1 fan.
Yes.
What's your favourite driver?
Daniel Ricciardo.
And is that because you're from Australia?
Yeah. But he's also a pretty cool guy.
I love NBA, NFL, MLB. Watching the NBA playoffs right now, cheering for the Phoenix Suns because they haven't had a championship in forever, or actually ever. So always cheering for the underdog.
Indeed, good. Well, that's why you're cheering for me on this mountain.
Yeah, all of us are underdogs against this right now. It's David against Goliath.
Jim, you're an F1 fan.
In Indianapolis, actually had pit passes, and actually it was a very interesting time.
Yeah. Claire, what sports do you like, or adventures? Is it climbing and hiking?
Climbing, hiking.
Yeah.
I used to play soccer.
Okay.
Also a big NBA fan.
Nice.
We're cheering for the Nets, but they lost.
We're all coming together on this mountain here, and look at the view. This is what we've missed during the global pandemic. So we're celebrating sport and adventure, and just meeting, which is brilliant. So the yellow markers point the moment when you start going back downhill properly. And look what's here. That is a relief to find. Oh, how good to be at this point. So it's just downhill from here on in, and then back to Cold Spring. There's a number of steps on the yellow track which bring you back down quite quickly actually. But then the path widens out, becomes less rocky, and it's more of a proper track and more gradual as well.
JD, you've got the right idea.
Woo! That feels good, honestly.
Oh, I'm envious.
Oh, annoying that my cap is full of holes. I'm euphoric really, and this is just the start of my journey across America, telling the story of the country through sport and adventure. So one way to complete the adventure here is to hike back to Cold Spring, or as I prefer, make some friends on the mountain who have a car and can drive you back to Cold Spring. Thank you so much, guys. A perfect ending to the day. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, like and comment with any questions below as I tell the story of America through sport and adventure. You can find more videos of my journey here, and of course in the next episode I go to a New York Yankees game to showcase how you can do the same for just $20, and also I speak to fans about how good it is to be back at the Yankee Stadium after the pandemic.